There are more cheap watches in the world than angry comments on Reddit. But does that mean they're all worth buying? Absolutely not. In fact, for most of them, you'd be better off strapping a piece of toast to your wrist and calling it a smartwatch. But don't worry, I've done the hard work for you. I've put together a list of budget-friendly timepieces that will keep your wallet intact and your wrist free from embarrassment. And trust me, the last one is the cheapest watch I've ever seen. Let's dive in. 10 Casio A168, the metal underdog. The Casio F91W is legendary, but let's be honest, it's basically the wristwear equivalent of a plastic spoon. If you want something a little classier, I recommend its slightly fancier cousin, the Casio A168. Think of it as upgrading from a Velcro wallet to a proper leather one. It's still budget-friendly, but the metal case adds a touch of sophistication. You get a digital display, a chronograph, a calendar, and even a light so weak it makes a candle seem like stadium lighting. But for around $28, it's one of the cheapest metal watches in the world, and worth every penny. 9. Seiko 5, the automatic classic. I wish the Seiko 5 was an anime about a team of watch-powered superheroes, but instead, it's a collection of affordable automatic watches that actually deliver. Every Seiko 5 comes with an automatic movement, water resistance, a day-date display, a durable case, and a crown at 4 o'clock. The last one might seem like a random addition, but hey, 5 sounds cooler than 4. If you hunt around, you can find older Seiko 5 models for under $100. And if you want something more modern, the SRPE line is available for around $179. Either way, you're getting a solid, stylish watch from one of Japan's best watchmakers. 8. Invicta Pro Diver, the affordable submariner. If I told you that you could get a proper dive watch with an automatic movement and stainless steel construction for just $77, you'd probably assume I was lying. But here it is, the Invicta Pro Diver. Now, Invicta has made some questionable design choices in the past. Let's not talk about the Gladiator chronograph. But the Pro Diver is actually well-built and reliable. It even uses a Seiko NH35 movement, the same one found in watches that cost twice as much. Sure, it's basically a Submariner look-alike, but if you're after an affordable dive watch that doesn't scream cheap, this is the one to get. 7. Scurfa Treasure Seeker, the dive watch with a story. Back in the age of exploration, sailors braved the high seas without knowing what scurvy was. Today we have the Scurfa Treasure Seeker, a $250 dive watch inspired by the golden age of seafaring. It's got 200 meters water resistance, a Swiss Ronda quartz movement, and an incredibly well-built case. It even comes in a special protective box that makes it feel way more expensive than it is. If you want a dive watch that isn't just another Submariner clone, this is a fantastic option. 6. Agelocer Skeleton Tourbillon, the budget flex. You'd never expect a Tourbillon to be on a list of affordable watches, but here we are. The Agelocer Skeleton Tourbillon costs just $650, which sounds expensive, until you realize that most Tourbillon watches cost as much as a small car. The finishing is surprisingly decent. The skeletonized design looks high-end, and it even has 80 hours of power reserve. If you want a mechanical flex piece without breaking the bank, this is as good as it gets. 5. Timex Expedition Camper, the ultimate adventure watch. Want to feel like Indiana Jones without the risk of ancient curses? The Timex Expedition Camper is your answer. For just $40, you get a lightweight, durable watch that's perfect for outdoor adventures. It's got Indiglo backlighting, 50-meter water resistance, and a rugged resin case that can handle a beating. It's the perfect budget field watch, whether you're trekking through the jungle or just trying to find your car in a crowded parking lot. 4. Omega MoonSwatch, the budget speedmaster. All right, hear me out. The Omega MoonSwatch is polarizing. Some people love it. Some people think it's the worst thing since unsliced bread. But if you've always wanted an Omega Speedmaster and don't have thousands to spare, this is the closest you'll get for $240. Sure, it's made of bioceramic, aka fancy plastic, and the strap is not great, but it still says Omega Speedmaster on the dial. And for some people, that's worth it. 3. Citizen Tsuyosa, the budget Rolex alternative. If the Rolex Oyster Perpetual had a much more affordable sibling, it would be the Citizen Tsuyosa. For $285, you get a sleek integrated bracelet, a date magnifier, and a Miyota automatic movement. It even has a sunburst dial in multiple colors, just like Rolex's Aqua Terra Shades collection. It's proof that you don't need to spend a fortune to get a great-looking watch. 2. Orient Bambino, the dress watch staple. If you're looking for an affordable, stylish dress watch, the Orient Bambino is a no-brainer. It has a retro-domed crystal, an automatic movement, and an elegance that makes it look far more expensive than its $130 price tag. It's basically the Squire Stratocaster of watches, an amazing entry-level option that even seasoned collectors appreciate. Number 1. The infamous 1-cent watch. And finally, the most ridiculous watch on this list, a 1-cent watch. Yes, you heard that right. Everything about it is terrible. The case is probably made of recycled soda cans, the movement has the accuracy of a drunk archer, and the strap might just dissolve on your wrist. But it's literally 1 cent. If you want the absolute cheapest watch in existence, this is it. So, there you have it. 10 cheap watches that are actually worth buying. Which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on more watch content. See you next time.